A to Z Sports live in person for the first time in like 2 months here live at a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. They open back up for their services tomorrow morning, which is just in time for Mother's Day. So perfect Mother's Day gift for you guys is right here, a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa, a momentspeace.com in Cool Springs. The best opportunity for you to go to the website today, a momentspeace.com, to get your mom in your life what she deserves for Mother's Day coming up on Sunday. Mom's been working overtime with all the coronavirus quarantine. So welcome in, guys. Zach and myself in person for the first time in nearly 2 months.
Oh, hey, how you doing there, bud? How you doing, pal?
We actually get to see how bad our hair is growing out in person.
Right in front.
And the mustache. The first time I've seen the mustache in person. So good to be here. We love a Moment's Peace here a few times a year because of what they can do around the special times and Mother's Day coming up on Sunday. But we're also looking forward to having a really good show about the Titans. And we found something. The Athletic did a piece of NFL executives talking about NFL drafts. And one NFL exec said the Titans have a certain Achilles heel. So is it fair or foul, this Achilles heel that the Titans apparently have via one team exec? Then we'll dive into one off-season move you're most excited about with the Titans as well. And then priorities. How big is a haircut with your coronavirus priorities? As tomorrow, Zach, you're getting a haircut. And tomorrow, a Moment's Peace opens up their services. So very excited about that. Welcome in.
Yeah. It's going to be a great show today. It does seem a little weird.
It is strange.
To be out in the open air in public. We've got people surrounding us, but one thing that makes it a little bit more comforting is being here at a Moment's Peace. Sure. Because this has been a broadcast location for some time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going on like 4 years.
True.
For opening our doors. This is getting us closer back to being normal. And so we ask you guys to share the show like we always do. Bottom right corner of your screen. If you're watching on Periscope/Twitter, you'll see the 3 little dots. You share the broadcast that way. It is that easy. We need to pop up in your Twitter followers timeline. How that works out is you guys give us a retweet. That would help us out a great deal. Also, Facebook. What's going on, Facebookers? We welcome you guys in. More people will pile in over the next 5 to 10 minutes as we broadcast live from a Moment's Peace in Cool Springs. And you guys need to share the show too. Bottom left corner of your screen, share now to public. That is share now to public. We need to pop up in your Facebook friends newsfeed. So getting ready to start on a Tuesday, right? Live and in person, in the flesh. We'll get started here very, very short.
Yep, let's get it going officially. Welcome into A to Z Sports, powered by TennesseeTickets.com. I'm Austin Stanley. He is Zach Bingham. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at A to Z Sports, like our Facebook page at A to Z Sports Nashville, Instagram A to Z Sports. We go live every weekday morning at 8 Central Time. Got to thank our sponsors because they make everything happen for our show, for our business, and for you guys. Tennessee. The NFL schedule comes out Thursday night. That's something to look forward to, too. TennesseeTickets.com, the only place you should trust for your ticket purchasing all across sports and concerts whenever they come back. TennesseeTickets.com. Also, Renters Warehouse. There are so many ways Renters Warehouse can help you out during these trying times. RentersWarehouse.com is where to go. They are the Nashville professional landlords. Mandu, the Pulse of Fitness, 1 15-minute workout of full-body electronic muscle stimulation, simulates 5+ hours in the weight room. Mandu is back open in Brentwood and in Cool Springs. Your first workout is free. Perfect chance to try Mandu for free for the first time. The Tucker Agency, Nashville's independent insurance agency, giving you relief by saving you an average of 20% on your personal insurance. TuckerTN.com is where we go for them. And Calvin and Subtle, hardwood flooring and finishings. CalvinandSubtle.com is their website. Check them out for your appointments, taking CDC precaution to service your hardwood flooring needs in Middle Tennessee. Zach?
Well, CDC precaution, right? And I knew we'd have people chirping at us for not wearing masks. I have yet to wear a mask. I'll be honest. I've got to have to wear a mask tomorrow when I get my haircut. But just for the power of the people, let's give a little free hand sanitizer for you, my friend. Let's get sanitized before we start this show.
Yes. So Make sure, yeah. I mean, I've washed my hands like 18 times.
There's a precaution that we're taking right off the bat.
Sure. So we are being safe. I'll even put some on my face for I don't know why, but I
Yeah,
did.
I don't know if you touch your face. You need
Not
some
even-
more.
I need
Oh, you
more.
need a
No,
little
I
bit
need
more.
So you're right. But we're making sure.
There you go.
First time in like 2 months we've done a show this way. So we're making sure we're doing it safe. We're doing it here because a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa, a momentspeace.com. Go there for your Mother's Day gift card. You win, right? You win Mother's Day if you get a gift card from right here. They open their services tomorrow. So, Zach, I was scanning the internet as I do often, looking for Titans discussions. And I saw Mike Sando, the Athletic, who does really good work, had an anonymous NFL executive absolutely blast a certain part of the Titans defense. And I thought it was definitely newsworthy. So do you have the quote ready?
Yes, I do.
All right, let me hear that quote.
So that quote says by an anonymous. What do you think about the anonymous part of that?
That's always a discussion within these types of discussions, that the anonymous part of this.
So this is how it goes. It says, quote, if I was going to ding them, it would probably be for how they can't get a good corner. You look at the rest of the roster, and they're pretty darn good, except at corner. Adoree Jackson was a first-round pick, and he won't tackle. Fulton won't tackle. Logan Ryan was overpaid. Malcolm Butler was overpaid. This is their Achilles heel and was their number one need coming into this draft ahead of tackle and halfback, end quote. Also, the anonymous exec went on to pretty much, he kind of attacked their first round pick. He says, I'm sure they were worried about the drop off at tackle because there wasn't a whole lot there after him where there was a plug and play. You felt like after that, there may be a guy that could be better in due time. But look, the next potential tackle was 39, Robert Hunt to Miami. So some people saw him as a guard. So kind of taking a shot at that first round pick because the Isaiah Wilson pick at 29, I understand that a little bit more. But what do you think about these overall quotes from the anonymous exec bashing the Titans cornerback?
So C-Raw on Periscope says no story because the coward can't even say his name. And that's not like, the NFL exec's not a coward, but I think I like using anonymous sources because you can get a little bit more of the truth when an exec or a true opinion, not necessarily the truth, but a true opinion, if somebody knows that their name is not going to be attached to it, they can speak freely. And this is Mike Sando reaching out to these NFL executives saying, hey, I want to put a story together of how NFL executives feel about all 32 draft classes. And don't worry, you'll be anonymous. So you can say your truth to what you think about this draft class. So in this particular situation, I don't have a problem with the anonymous exec. I take it with a grain of salt, but I just think it's another extra piece of information that we didn't have before this story was written, taking for how it's worth to you.
Well,
that's my opinion.
I'd like to feature James on our Facebook page or our feed. That is, God bless the haters. You're doing something right if you got haters. If people are diagnosing what you're doing and criticizing you, that means you're doing something right. You're catching their attention. So God bless the haters. This is just one form of it. I don't think overall, and we'll ask you guys fair or foul here in a second, but I think overall, you assess what he said. I mean, he may not be completely incorrect, right? I mean, he had some factual information. Well, now, he criticized of his opinion based on some things that he probably doesn't know 100%, but we all do that. That's what we do.
Right. So the comments were that the Titans cornerbacks are their Achilles heel. They're really good everywhere else. So there was a compliment there overall that they're pretty darn good everywhere,
backhanded,
except for he was front-handed, but they're pretty darn good everywhere except for cornerback. And before the draft, I mean, you had to agree just because of the overall roster situation. You like Adoree Jackson, you like Malcolm Butler, Logan Ryan's gone. Who's the next guy? And they draft Christian Fulton. If Christian Fulton was addressed in the first round, they'd be like, okay, they spent first round draft capital to address their biggest need. That sounds correct, right? And what it would be smart going into it. Well, they got the guy in the second round, so even better. So I do think that the cornerback is the weakest overall position group for the Tennessee Titans as it stands right now. But I disagree with the criticism of Adoree Jackson saying that he won't tackle. Adoree Jackson will tackle. Adoree Jackson's actually pretty good in the run game, and he tackles with strength and courage. Like, he's not afraid to put his nose in there. I think if you're talking about Adoree Jackson, the one The one criticism you can have on Adoree is he doesn't have good ball skills when the ball's coming down in the air to the receiver to make a play on the football. That's my one criticism of Adoree.
Isn't that the worst criticism you have as a quarterback?
Well, I mean, he's been good overall with that. He's typically in position, so he can make an incompletion happen, but sometimes his ball skills are not as consistent as you would like. His tackling ability is consistent. I don't fault him at all for that.
So the question we're going to ask you guys is fair or foul of these statements. We'll reread the statements, but the overall question that we're asking you is this fair foul for this anonymous exec to criticize the Titans the way that he did? And that's key, right? Is the way that he actually went and honestly said, and I agree with you. They needed to address the cornerback situation. So we'll reread you the quote and we'll ask you the question, fair or foul? Is this NFL exec fair foul that they blast the Titans secondary?
All right. So before we get to that, Zach, tell the great people about Calvin and Subtle and how they can help you out during the coronavirus times.
Yeah, it's really, really easy. If you guys need brand new hardwood flooring, there's one place to call here in Middle Tennessee. That's Calvin and Subtle. They make things easy on you. They truly do. All right. Here's the deal. You give them a call, and it's this simple at 615-448-6414. After you give them a call, they'll assess your situation. You talk about CDC precautions. Don't wear a mask and gloves. Come into your home. Look at what hardwood floors you need to be replaced, whether it's in your living room, your bathroom, your bedroom, wherever you need it. They can take care of you. You can go into their showroom and look at their hardwood flooring samples, or they can bring them to you. Once you decide on your perfect hardwood flooring, the turnaround time is so simple. It's so quick. 1 to 2 weeks. That's all it takes to order the material and install them. That simple, that's quick. That is calvinandsubtle.com.
A to Z Sports here live from A Moment's Peace in Franklin. Their services open up tomorrow, salon and day spa. It's great. My wife and I get a couples massages here at least twice a year, sometimes 3. And if you want to win Mother's Day, amomentspeace.com. Buy a gift card today, and you will win Mother's Day because she will come here at her leisure, get whatever she wants, and she's going to have a great time and a relaxed experience because A Moment's Peace is the best in the area when it comes to being a salon and day spa. amomentspeace.com. So the question is, fair or foul? This anonymous NFL executive blasts the Titans secondary as their Achilles heel. Zach, do you have some comments you want to read?
Yes. John Michael Presley says fair. They obviously watched the AFC Championship game. Lane says fair because all throughout last year, the cornerbacks were a weak spot, especially after Butler went down with a wrist. Mikey says fair. Mike says good pass rush makes mediocre corners look great. Just ask Cortland Finnegan. Brings up that point. Matthew says foul. Ryan. Mike says pass rush fixes bad corners. Brings up that point.
Sure.
But mixed emotion.
Yeah. And so the criticism here is that Adoree won't tackle, which I think is incorrect, and that Christian Fulton won't tackle, which we don't know because did he tackle well in the SEC? I mean, spots in yes and no in times, but we don't know about Christian Fulton. Is Malcolm Butler overpaid? Yeah, because he got a huge free agency deal a couple of years ago, but that doesn't mean he's bad. Malcolm Butler was having a really good season before he broke his wrist in Carolina. So overall, I say the overall statement of calling the Titans corners the Achilles heel, I think the Achilles heel is a little strong because they're better than that, but it is their biggest weakness, and I think he has the right to say that, so I think it's fair.
All right. I think it's foul in some instances. So I'll actually diagnose the quote a little bit because I do think that is important. But if you look at what he said, some of the things that are true and some are not. Is Malcolm Butler overpaid?
Yeah,
yes,
said so.
I don't necessarily think he can sit here and say Christian Fulton can't tackle.
Right, and that's from his own development. But
that's foul.
I think you can.
No, that's foul.
No,
this guy has no clue whether Christian Fulton can tackle in the NFL.
You can evaluate a college player and what he can be.
You
in the
can't
NFL.
outright say Fulton can't tackle, and that's what he said. That's the quote.
I think he says Fulton won't tackle, and which is Fulton will not, which means he has no will or really courage to get up there and stick his nose in it.
Hasn't shown that he can tackle or won't tackle is different than saying he will not tackle. That's where it's foul. That's
scout speak. That's scout speak. Like, guy won't tackle. No, like the guy doesn't want to tackle.
That's foul. That's foul.
That's scout speak.
That's foul. No, you cannot come out, a guy has not played in the NFL, to criticize. Look, Christian Fulton fell, right? There's obvious reason. Maybe it was due to the marijuana thing that happened at LSU, because that whole debacle, which he didn't help himself there. But he fell in the second round. The Titans grabbed him at the end of the second round. But to sit there and tell that, this is where overpaid Malcolm Butler, yes, but that's also the cornerback market, correct? Logan Ryan, was he overpaid? Do you think he was overpaid?
No. I don't think Logan Ryan was overpaid, but he's no longer on the roster.
So that's foul, right? So diagnosing the actual quote of what this guy said tells me that it's foul. There are parts, Adoree Jackson, at times I have seen him not be able to tackle, but overall, Adoree has progressed as a good cornerback. You don't sit there and call out a guy who's progressed. Towards the end of last season, Adoree Jackson, that was one of the reasons why they picked up his fifth-year option, is because of what he did last season. So as I diagnose the whole quote, it's foul. It's not fair. It doesn't make any sense. Malcolm Butler is overpaid. That's probably the only thing that he got right. You can't argue that.
We don't know if Christian Fulton is a willing tackler or not. You can't
foul the way that he said it. I mean, look, Fulton won't tackle. That's me saying you won't do something, Austin.
Right, that he's unwilling to tackle. And maybe as a scout or as a football executive looking at Christian Fulton at LSU, seeing times where he shied away from tackling. I didn't film study Christian Fulton as a prospect. I don't have the ability to do that.
That's where it's foul. This guy hasn't played a snap in the NFL.
All right, here's the full quote because people are jumping in and out. So Jordan asked, what was the Achilles heel? I missed it. Here's a quote from an anonymous NFL exec from Mike Sando's story at The Athletic. If I was going to ding them, the Titans, it would be for how they can't get a good corner. You look at the rest of the roster, they are pretty darn good except corner. Adoree Jackson was a first-round pick. He won't tackle. Fulton won't tackle. Logan Ryan was overpaid. Malcolm Butler was overpaid. That's their Achilles heel and was their number one need coming into this draft ahead of tackle and halfback. That's the full quote there. I think it's fair because anonymous source, and this coming from Mike Sando, who's respected in NFL circles, I trust that this NFL evaluator is giving his true opinion.
You went through it and you said that he was incorrect about Adoree Jackson not being able to tackle, won't tackle.
Right.
Fulton, this guy doesn't know a damn thing about what he'll do in the NFL.
But as an NFL,
you told me that Logan Ryan was not overpaid, and we agree that Malcolm Butler was overpaid because he was the top corner taken in that free agency. So overall, he's gotten 3 out of 4 things that he's criticized incorrect. How is that not foul?
Well, I think 2 are incorrect. You think 3.
So then how is it fair? If half of your stuff is wrong.
Because he's an NFL evaluator. People evaluate things differently. I'm not saying that I'm automatically taking his quote to the grave on how I feel about the Titans corners. I think it's fine. I think I take it. It's a piece of information. I'm going to pay attention now more to see if Christian Fulton's going to be willing to tackle. I'm going to see how Malcolm Butler bounces back from his wrist injury and if he's worth that money. Because guess what? Next March, the Titans have an out from Malcolm Butler's contract. Are they going to take that or not? That's something to watch. How does Adoree Jackson continue to progress? I'm going to pay attention more now because of reading this guy's quotes to these things and see how it pans out.
I just think the strong take, look, we all have strong takes in our life, especially if you're in the industry. I get it. But the strong take of Christian Fulton won't tackle is ridiculous to me. That's what completely I toss this sheet of paper up and I throw it out the window. You cannot sit there and tell me that a guy won't tackle when he has not entered the league.
Titans 212 says commenting on college play is stupid. Adoree was supposed to be a superstar returner.
If he would have said this, okay, if he would have said, Christian Fulton has shown me on the film that he is not willing to tackle, I'm curious to see what he does in the NFL. But he didn't say that, right? Choose your words wisely. It's foul. This NFL exec anonymously saying
evaluators. That's how evaluators talk. Like, guy won't tackle. Like, that means that he doesn't want to tackle. He won't tackle.
You're quoted, bro, and I can diagnose your quote by the words that you say, and that's what I'm doing. So that's why I tossed this NFL exec's words out the window. I'd love to know who this is.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to know who it is anyway. I mean, I find that fascinating. I find NFL anonymous execs or evaluators talking behind that anonymity intriguing. Who are these guys? What team's he on? And has he played against the Titans recently? I think all these go into it.
Do you think when somebody's asked for an anonymous quote that they're trying to make things a little bit more fire take?
Like if there's an agenda? No, I think they can just say how they truly feel.
But if I'm talking crap about a guy and you tell me you're going to publish this, what do you think about X person? And you tell me that my name's not going to be attached to it. I'm going to tell this guy's the worst person ever in the world.
But it's all right. Here's an example.
But you see what I'm saying?
Here's an example. We're all watching The Last Dance, right? This past Sunday in The Last Dance, you saw an inside look on the locker room for the Eastern Conference All-Stars in 1998, right? All these guys in there are absolutely dogging Kobe Bryant. That little Laker guy, he has to rebound if he wants to get the ball, all this stuff. They're going after Kobe for how much of a ball hog he is. That's in the locker room. So that's kind of the anonymous part of this. It
wasn't anonymous. There were cameras on him. Throw your analogy out the window.
But this
doesn't make any sense.
They knew the cameras weren't like live or press cameras, because if you take those same guys who are going after Kobe in that locker room and put them behind the podium, they're going to say, yeah, Kobe's one of the newest bright stars of the NBA and he's going to be great for the next decade plus.
They were saying it on the bench where people could hear, right? I mean, they weren't anonymous. I think that's a terrible analogy.
For a documentary, it's a different type of camera. It is.
It's the same reason why that guy on the plane was telling MJ not to tell everybody that he was out all night and he was an alcoholic, right? They knew that this was going to be published at some point. So I think that was a bad analogy. That doesn't make any sense. They knew it wasn't anonymous. This was, I'm going to write an article.
But that was more of a truth than what they would say behind an actual podium.
I'm sure they would tell Kobe that same thing at age 19 if I was 38.
Oh, they'd say it to his face. They'd say it to his face. Yeah, sure.
So that doesn't make sense. I would throw that away as well. The Sando thing, I guarantee he called the execs and said, this is going to be an anonymous quote. What do you have to say?
Yeah, and I think Sando does this every year. So he probably goes back to the same group of guys for quotes.
And he wants juice.
Yeah, of course he does. Because that's what we all want. We all want juice. You want juice. I want juice. Y'all want juice.
But I want truth. No.
And is this not some of it?
I want truth.
Maybe this guy thinks it is.
You can't sit there and tell me that this is the truth, that Christian Fulton won't tackle when he's never had the opportunity to tackle in the NFL.
He's going off of his college film. And if the college film shows that he won't tackle,
but this is the strong statement.
In this guy's opinion, if it shows
he said the same damn thing about Adoree Jackson literally the sentence before.
Well, because we've got 3 years of Adoree Jackson in the NFL to go off and no years of Christian Fulton in the NFL to go off.
That's
so obviously he's talking about his LSU film. And if his LSU film shows to this guy that he won't tackle, then how is he going to automatically just start tackling in the NFL?
So I think this is foul. I don't think that you can say this is fair. You've already said that not everything that he said is
right,
fair.
But his opinion to give this is fair. He's an evaluator. People have different opinions on how they evaluate.
No. That wasn't the question, big dog. The ability to give your opinion is always fair. That's freedom of speech. Would never knock anybody. That wasn't the question, though. The question was, is the actual comments that he made fair or foul?
Well,
Don't get that
calling how he is calling the Titans secondary, putting them on blast. I think it is their weakest. There are some truths in here and some parts where he's wrong.
But overall, the comments that he made were foul, and I think a lot of the reasons stack it up, right? It's the percentage, overall percentage of what he actually said. Not that he said it. What he actually said is foul. It's not fair. It can't be. It doesn't make sense.
Oh man, Tyler Stone phrasing, bro. Look at how you're typing things there in the comments, and then he says, "Repeat what was said." So, Adoree Jackson won't tackle. Christian Fulton won't tackle, and then Malcolm Butler and Logan Ryan are overpaid. Those and the fact that the Titans cannot find a good corner. That's what was the gist of what was said in this article from The Athletic about the Titans draft, because they can't find a good corner ever. That's basically what this guy's saying. Logan Ryan is a really good player. He was their defensive MVP, in my opinion, last year. But he has his own limitations. Or Dory Jackson has some limitations. Malcolm Butler gets caught looking in the backfield and his guy runs by him. Like, they're not perfect guys. They get burned a lot because that's just the business of playing corner in the NFL.
The last 2 seasons, the way Logan Ryan has played, he was not overpaid. He may want to be overpaid this year because he doesn't have a team, but him saying, and this is what the NFL exec said, he said he was talking about last year, was overpaid. That was incorrect. What the hell is that? Did he watch it? Like, that's my question is, did he watch the Titans? Because I say that a lot. Do you actually watch the Titans?
Because a lot of national people don't, and we don't know who this NFL evaluator, what team he's attached to. So we don't know if he's been scouting the Titans or not, because if they've played them over the last couple of years, then he has been able to scout them.
You would think that Sando would want to go to an exec possibly in the AFC South or some connection that watches the AFC instead of, hopefully this is not a Philadelphia Eagles exec. Yeah. That would make no sense.
Scott says, cool location, digging the chairs. Yeah, we're sitting in comfy chairs today here live for the first time in person in like 2 months. We're live at a moment's piece. Our next discussion is going to be, what Titans offseason move are you most excited about? What Titans offseason move are you most excited about? But first, Zach is going to tell you about the Tucker Agency.
Yeah, the Tucker Agency is where you need to go to maybe alleviate some money from you, right? I mean, maybe you've lost your job. Maybe you've fallen on hard times. The coronavirus has taken over our world and taken over our country, taken over our lives. Maybe you don't have as much income today as you did a few months ago. Well, maybe restructure what you've done with your insurance. That could be a philosophy to help you out. And Will Tucker of the Tucker Agency is there to help you do it. Will@tuckertn.com. That's Will@tuckertn.com. Send him an email saying, look, I'd like for you to assess my situation. The average customer of the Tucker Agency saves 20%. That's massive when it comes to what we're dealing with today. That may be a couple $100. A couple $100 in your pocket can help you save on your mortgage. It could help you get a haircut, right? I mean, it could do a lot of things.
Need a haircut.
That's tuckertn.com.
A to Z Sports live from the Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Tomorrow you can get a haircut here. momentspeace.com. Why we're actually here, though, in our comfy chairs with this great background is because Mother's Day is on Sunday. Roderick says, forgot Mother's Day was coming up. Yeah, maybe a lot of people have because you're not in your normal routine, but Mother's Day on Sunday, if you want a guaranteed victory on Mother's Day, on momentspeace.com, get her a gift card. She can come in, pick whatever she wants, mani-pedi, massage. You win, she wins, she's happy. The story, you're the best, right? A momentspeace.com. That's where to go. The question is, which offseason Titans move are you most excited about? Rob says Vic Beasley from Atlanta. I was shocked to kind of see that one of the first comments that I read because Vic Beasley was a polarizing addition, a 1-year contract to prove it. Atlanta said, peace, see you later. So I was surprised to see Vic Beasley on there. Ryan says his most exciting thing is that Mariota isn't on the team anymore. Kirby says
same here.
We Austin and Zach, A to Z Sports, Buck Rising, Luke Warsham, everybody who works under the A to Z Sports umbrella had absolute Marcus Mariota fatigue. I mean, just tired of talking about the guy. Nothing personal against the guy.
Great guy.
But just tired of talking about anything to do with Marcus Mariota, tired of dealing with anybody defending Marcus Mariota just because it was just beaten into the ground.
Yeah, and he always got the benefit of the doubt because he was a really nice guy. I believe that. I truly believe that. And his teammates should support him, and they did. They came to his aid all the time. And they're like, Marcus is our guy. Marcus is our quarterback. Marcus is working really hard. Marcus is the leader of our team. But overall, if you can't get the job done, I go back to the week 17 thing, he could have played, in my opinion. He didn't. The cream rose to the top. He wasn't the guy. I'm glad we don't have to deal with Marcus Mariota. Now, he gave some highlight games. I don't want to discredit that.
Yeah.
The Philadelphia game, the come from behind overtime win with Corey Davis, one of his 4 probably big plays of his career. That was a big game for Marcus Mariota. That was a good game against Aaron Rodgers early on in his career at home when he trounced the Packers. The Jacksonville stiff arm when Barry Church went into the grave, and obviously Kansas City in the playoffs. Marcus Mariota had some really amazing moments, but overall, I was done with the roller coaster that was his health.
I will say this, though. Marcus Mariota being a roller coaster absolutely benefited us. Like, so we owe something to Marcus Mariota and being a crazy roller coaster because it helped our business. It gave you guys more interest in the Titans because they were actually winning. They went to the playoffs, won a playoff game behind Marcus Mariota, which gets interest from y'all and helps us grow and helps us have better, crazier conversations because he was such a roller coaster. So I just got burnt out, and that happened. So what Titans offseason move are you most excited about? I'll pair two together because Ethan Ramsey says cutting Dion Lewis, which absolutely. And then I see Mark say Darrington Evans, the only addition to give the Titans a new look. I love the fact that Dion Lewis was actually cut. That was the right move. It was obvious, and they did it. But then I really like Darrington Evans. I think Darrington Evans will be a fun wrinkle to this offense, however they're going to use him. I know Derrick Henry is still going to get 250 plus carries this upcoming season, but Darrington Evans is I'm very excited to see Arthur Smith get creative and get a little crazy with using both Henry and Evans on the field at the same time.
Yeah, I'm curious to see that. I'm skeptical about Evans. I am. I hope he works out, but I have a little bit of skepticism.
What is it?
Of can he come in their time of need? Because when he comes in on the field in the game, he's gonna have to be really, really good, right?
Sure.
Because he's replacing the best running back in the league.
And Dion Lewis was so bad during that time. I think that helps Evans out a little bit.
Maybe, or maybe it's just a tall task, right? Because I'm intrigued. I am excited about Evans, but he's going to have to prove it to me, right?
He said he ran a 4.36 at App State. Like he came in as an athlete. He started his career as a receiver, and then he ran back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons at App State and never fumbled once, like not even a lost fumble, like never put the ball on the ground. And I think, and he loves to learn. He's smart. I haven't told you this. I had somebody that I went to college with who works for the Sun Belt Conference in their media department, and she messaged me Friday night after the draft pick, said, you guys are going to love Darrington Evans because of how well put together he is as a person and a player. He's going to be exciting, and he's going to be a go-to in the locker room at some point.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do on the field. Lewis says, getting rid of the old contracts, Walker, Wake, Lewis, and Casey all together. That's an intriguing take.
Because you got a lot of, outside of Dion Lewis, you've got a lot of really like
respected
favorites and captains and production Pro Bowls with Jarrell Casey and Delaney Walker.
Raul says and this is probably where I'm going, the structure, and I think he said this as well, but the structure of Ryan Tannehill's contract, right? It's very well structured for the team. And so I think that's probably one of mine of how they put that together. They got their guy. They didn't go out with TB12. I wish they would have gotten Tom Brady, but beggars can't be choosers.
Right.
He went to Tampa Bay. I got my wish there. So if you do decide on Ryan Tannehill, make it team friendly. And I think both sides benefited. I think there is something to paying a guy for what he did for your franchise.
Yeah.
And in one season, Ryan Tannehill gave you excitement. He gave you wins. He gave you big plays. He gave you A.J. Brown, right? Like, so they paid him off and gave him the money he deserved. But also, the 3 and 4 year of the 4-year deal will not just completely kneecap them.
Yeah.
If they want to get out.
True. I mean, they have some flexibility in that. And with the TV contract that's going to be redone next year, the cap is expected to just blow up and be insane. Now, here's a real correct answer. Rob says, if they sign Clowney, then that's it. If the Titans land Jadeveon Clowney, then everybody's going to be head over heels, excited to see what Jadeveon Clowney will do under Mike Vrabel in the Titans defense.
Yeah, Ryan brings up something about the kicker, Greg Joseph. Can he stay consistent? What is he going to be? I'm also curious about that too.
But it's not necessarily an offseason move, but yes, it's an
offseason move that they didn't make, right?
But like several people are talking about wanting to see how Jeffrey Simmons looks as he's fully healthy, and Greg Joseph, though those are definitely storylines to watch for 2020, but not offseason moves. So not really under this category that we're discussing here.
One is this is an offseason move because he's still in rehab protocol, but Shrike brings up excited to see how a fully healed Siemens is.
Right. That's what I just said. Simmons. Yeah. So A to Z Sports here live. Titans 212 says excited to see Arthur Smith in his second year as OC. Seemed like he flipped the switch after Carolina, for sure. So other offseason moves that they've made, Vic Beasley and then Jonathan Joseph last week. Jonathan Joseph, how much is he going to add to this secondary? I'm not expecting much out of Jonathan Joseph other than, adding depth and being a veteran presence in the locker room to replace what Logan Ryan was as far as like a leader and experienced veteran goes.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Michael says Joseph is a lucky charm. Score all the touchdowns when he's active. I don't know if that means that the Titans just beat up Jonathan Joseph over the last few years or not.
Eswood Jr. 83 brings up hopefully not having a DC will not be a terrible decision. I think that's a good one comment.
Yeah, and that's something that we've kind of forgotten about over the last couple of months just because there's been free agency, cuts, trades,
because that's
draft.
A big one.
Yeah,
losing Dean Pease is probably, besides Casey, could be the biggest offseason loss.
Logan Ryan's not coming back, so I think those three.
But Casey's better than Ryan.
I thought Logan Ryan was the MVP of the defense last year.
I think Logan Ryan doesn't get any credit.
No, look, it can be true. I think Logan Ryan was the best defensive player. Jarrell Casey was the second best defensive player last year, and they're going to be without both those guys. I think Kevin Byard's right up there too in that conversation. So,
but now you put an overall, and this is what Titans for Life says, that is bigger than Casey and Ryan not having Dean Pease and forcing your head coach to do more when he was successful doing less.
True. And Jim Haslett is on this coaching staff, which we kind of forget about because we haven't been to an OTA to see like the new coaches on the field doing, what they do. But how involved is Jim Haslett going to be in play calling? Because Kevin Byard talked about this in the Zoom last week that they have not said who is going to be calling the plays yet, but that basically Vrabel was so hands-on with the defense that Dean was the DC, Vrabel was the assistant DC. So there's not much that's changing overall when it comes to how the week of work goes before the game. Everything about Vrabel calling plays potentially is all of that weight is on Sunday, on game day itself.
Yeah. So Matt brings up a good question. Matt says, did you guys hug this morning? No, we did not hug this morning. We've got, look, right here.
I think I'm good. My hands are still sticky.
Oh, your hands are dry?
No, see, no, they're not dry. They're still sticky from double applying.
I see. I don't know. You can never have this. Alcohol kills 99.9999999%,
which is great. And I hope, and it's actually clearing up some of my sinuses too as you're doing that because I'm getting kind of stuffy here this morning.
I can hear that.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody can hear it. Everybody's also, like, great, Austin.
That's also giving me a little bit of pause.
No, believe me, I just spent way too much time outside this weekend, and I'm still recovering from it on a Tuesday because
allergy hangover. The old allergy hangover,
Yeah, it sucks. My nose is raw. I have to put Vaseline on my nose before I go to bed. Like it's awful, and it's not the COVID. I promise you. I did some outdoor projects in the backyard, and I have to go to Home Depot today to do more. And so I'm just hoping the rain the last 2 days has helped it kind of wipe some of it out.
Yeah, and that's always it's like coughing in public, sniffing in public, or sniffling is not a good look.
It's just that's
in breathing sighs are not a good look. I'm ready to get back to like.
Rob says, "Who's that allergic?" Me, pollen. Like I can
confirm that Austin has always struggled with
the months of
allergies.
April and May. after we get out of like past Memorial Day, I'm good. Like, but it's just these 2 months that I absolutely just get dominated by pollen, and it's got to be a specific tree in my backyard that really screws me over too.
Yeah,
it's rough. A to Z Sports here live on a Tuesday for a moment's peace on a day spa. So, Zach, you are doing something tomorrow that's the first time you've done it since quarantine, and that is getting a haircut. So, in the show topic today is, how high of a priority is it for you to get a haircut when you're allowed to, which for people outside of Davidson County is tomorrow. Barbershops, salons all open their services back up tomorrow, in a moment's peace as a part of that. So 1 to 10, how big of a priority is it for you to get a haircut when barbershops and salon open back up? But first, let me tell you about renterswarehouse.com. Renterswarehouse.com is where you need to turn if you are selling your home or moving out. There are alternatives to selling your home after you move. Renterswarehouse.com is where to go to find out how much your home can rent for. They're the professional landlords in the Nashville area. Renterswarehouse.com. Check them out. So many different ways they can help you during these crazy times of the coronavirus pandemic. And Renters Warehouse can help save you some money, maybe create an extra cash flow for you and your family during these times. So check them out, renterswarehouse.com.
A to Z Sports, make sure you check out our podcast feed too, because that helps. Look, you guys want content right now because there's not a lot to do. We're trying to give you as much content as possible. So subscribe to our podcast feed. Got a lot of different good Titans content, yes, Big Orange content, Preds content going out there.
All right, so Kelkin says 10. It's looking awful. Hunter says 10 out of 10. Mikey says 0 for me. However, my dog needs a haircut bad. Our dogs need the nails trimmed really bad. Got that done on Saturday, so that was a big deal. Ramon says,
"Do you not trim them yourself?"
No, it doesn't go very well.
Some dogs don't like paws.
They don't like that, the nail file and the feel of that.
Yeah, Tux doesn't like it, but that's too damn bad. He's got to do it. Like, no, I have to do that.
And our dogs are about twice the size as Tux, so a little bit different. Like, you could probably, wrap up Tux a little tighter and make sure you get the job done than what we can do.
Yeah, well, Tux knows that look, this has got to get done.
No, but this is a battle that we've decided to not try to take any further. It's just something where whenever they go to the vet, which we had to go to on Saturday anyway, they both just get that done while they're there. And so it works out.
No, yeah, and I understand that. And that'll go for me because, look, Tux is my dog. He is a certain way. Like, he won't snap at anybody. Like, it's just, he's carefree. So when other dogs are not like that, like, some people don't like their dogs like their paws being touched at all. I don't understand that. It's just a preference.
They're fine with their dogs being, or their paws being touched. They just know that they don't like that. Well, we've had some times.
Are they pro or anti-bath?
They're indifferent. They'd prefer to not have a bath, but they're great.
But they're indifferent.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Michael says Zach could sell that thing as a toupee. What do you think about that comment? Extra income
for COVID relief.
I feel like we've been doing these shows from our, separated from our home offices. I feel like now that we're in person, my hair looks worse because it's not just centered to like one camera shot. I'm turning my head, looking around, and my hair just looks even worse than because I don't see my hair other than when I'm doing the show most of the time. It just looks.
We don't look great. No. I will say that. Like, if you don't look great, that's why you come to a moment's peace, or
because you can get a haircut tomorrow here in a moment's peace. I've started to. You guys can't really see it because of far away, but right back here, there's a little curl that's coming around the back of my neck where the mullet is starting to form.
Yeah, see, and if you keep going, this also gives you a head start on possibly growing your hair out as a guy. But Pam has mine 10 plus. I think women in general, they are ready to get their haircuts or to get styled, dyed, whatever.
Because like the women who really change their hair color, now it's all grown out and you can tell that they do it.
Well, yeah, either that or they have extensions that they haven't been able to take out and they've got like dreads.
Tanner says my hair actually looks better because I'm sitting next to Zach. I don't think ours look. I think ours equally look bad. They equally look long and untended.
Well, the one thing is close up, I've got a ton of gray hair that is now just sprouted like wildfire all over my head.
Yes.
But from this camera angle, you cannot see that.
Correct.
So
Correct.
That's big.
Michael says, I shaved my head. Can't wait till I have. I'm not saying that. All right. A to Z Sports here live on a Tuesday.
Stop short.
I did. I didn't pre-read the comment. Normally I pre-read the comment. Did not do that one. So I was not going to get into that. A to Z Sports here live at a Moment's Peace salon in Day Spa. So for me, you're.
I got to see what it says.
No, don't worry about it. You're 10 out of 10 because you're getting a haircut tomorrow, right?
Wow. God. Yeah, you should have stopped short.
I did exactly what I should have done there with that comments. So you're a 10 out of 10 on this, right? Because you signed up for the first time to get a haircut immediately when you were able to.
Yeah, well, I've got a relationship with the girl that cuts my hair, right? So
What kind of relationship?
not that kind of
Okay,
relationship.
just making sure.
Not that kind of relationship. So she's got a boyfriend. It's not a sexual relationship.
It's just a good friend relationship.
It's a good friend business relationship.
Yes.
I've
Transactions.
I'm a very open person in general, as you know, so she knows a lot of things about me. But she's now a manager in Brentwood. Right. So I took that and I said, look, I DM'd her on Instagram. I was like, how can I get in? You got to pull your managerial strings.
Right.
Wednesday after the show, I'm going there getting my hair cut. And there's different protocol. I'm sure everybody's having to deal with protocol as they go through things. I mean, you're going to have to wear masks in public and gloves, and taking CDC precaution is very, very important. That's every company that we've paired with are taking this as importance. But Wednesday, I'm ready to get a haircut, because what does a haircut do first and foremost? It makes you feel better. It doesn't make you feel better from being sick to well. It makes you look better. And what do you always
look good,
say?
Feel good, play good, baby.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
I think it actually does make you feel better, because it makes you feel lighter. Like that you're not, you're able to, you feel clean. Everybody likes to feel clean, right? You feel better after a shower. I'm sure Tux after his bath runs around like crazy.
Yes, he does.
Every dog does that. They feel better after their bath.
And everybody feels better after their bath too, because they smell better and they're more willing. Now, the one thing is, after a dog's bath, they shed like crazy. Do you?
Well, yeah. I mean, our dogs shed in general, so yeah.
Well, mine does too. But now he's shaking all over the place.
Well, you got to get that stuff out in the tub.
You can't get it all.
Well, no, but you got to get the majority of it out in the tub, and that's something that you just have to. It takes time. You're a young dog owner,
and there is
dog dad.
There's a certain confidence from a good haircut,
and there's a really bad feeling when you get a bad haircut.
Absolutely.
And that's what I'm scared of, because my haircut girl moved like 3 counties over. And so she's no longer working in a driving distance for me.
Yeah. That's
so once again, I have to find somebody new.
So
I'm a free agent.
Ooh, this is
it's a bad time to be a free agent, because they don't know how to cut my hair.
Well,
and they don't know what it's supposed to look like.
And there's no walk-ins.
Right. Which I can still make an appointment.
Yeah, but now you're really shooting from the hip. You're in a tough
Shark
spot.
Scout says road trip it. It's like an hour. It's like a 2-hour round trip plus.
And where is it at?
Somewhere I've never been before.
That has nothing.
I have no idea.
There's no reason to go there.
I've heard of it, but I've met one person from this area before.
What's the area?
Chapel Hill area.
North Carolina, MJ?
No, not that Chapel Hill. Yeah. It's out there. It's out there.
Yeah. Bring a picture. You can bring a picture of
I mean, you have your phone. Your phone's got every picture you have of yourself in it. So
of what
you present a picture of
this is what
I'm supposed to look like, because I'm 3 haircuts behind. My last haircut was the day after the Super Bowl. And in March, some things happened.
February, March, April. I mean, you're 3 months.
Yeah. I usually get a haircut right at once a month. I
was early March. Oh, and I was late February. So I get more haircuts, but 1, 2, 3. I'm like 5 behind.
Because I should have gotten a haircut in March, April, and then just now I'm 3 full cycles behind.
Well, this gives you more incentive to buy gift cards here at A Moment's Peace for
Absolutely.
Mother's Day and get your haircut. You need to treat yourself. This is the time. Hopefully we are on the exit of coronavirus. Look, we've done a full show together live and in the flesh.
It's true.
Right? We're making progress. We're stair-stepping.
Absolutely.
So that's a positive.
Grant says Bingham's like 15 haircuts behind.
Yeah.
What's your typical haircut cycle? I like calling it haircut cycle for some reason.
2.5 weeks.
Yeah, that's about that's a lot. What is it, 2.5 weeks? So that's like 20.
It's because I have gray hair. I get it cut more often, and the grays go down.
They just get shorter. They don't. Then
That's what I say.
There's not less of them.
They go down. They go down.
The
grays literally go down.
You're just controlling their visibility.
Yes, and that's important.
At
this point, at 32 years old, about to be 33, I should not have the number of grays that I have.
All right. So Ethan says another idea: A or Z gets to shave their initials onto the other's head.
I've done that before. I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that.
Did that in 8th grade.
Yeah. Again, I'm not doing that. So Shrike says 3 or 4 haircuts a year. What? That's like the poor college kid type thing.
If you have long hair,
I guess.
But that's ridiculous. you have to have
Like,
more.
did you ever go through a time in college where you're like, I'd rather spend this $25 on beer? Because that's in college, I did that. I got a haircut every 2 or 3 months
Well,
in college because I was like, I would just say, just cut it really short because I want to spend the 20, $25 after the tip on beer and on the bar.
yeah, in college,
Priorities.
I didn't go to. I went to like a low level haircut.
Like, yeah,
place.
like where it's like $7.
Yeah. So that wasn't a big deal to me.
We had this thing in Knoxville. It's kind of famous called Campus Cutters. It was right next door to like really close to our house, and it was expensive for a college kid, but it was worth the $20.
And I think Chris says it. Every 3 weeks, it should be about right to actually maintain. I probably do a half a week before, but overall 3 weeks. That's kind of the honey area. I think that's the
Yeah, but I'm about every 4. Like I start noticing that I need one about 3 weeks, and it usually takes me another week to actually get there. All right, A to Z Sports, priority wise, 10 out of 10 for you. It's like an 8 or 9 for me. I prioritized having Mandu come back more than a haircut. I was more excited to have my fitness back than it was to go have to get my haircut.
That's understandable, and I'm ready to get back into that routine.
And you got to start over. Start over, go back to 4 seconds.
Yeah,
and guess what? It feels like the first time.
Yeah, feels like the first time.
I worked out at Manu on Friday, and it was awesome. It felt great, but oh my God, I could barely like stand up and sit down because I pushed it back. And Kelkins asked, how is Manu thinking about going in for a free trial? Do it. It's awesome. And it's the perfect time for you to take your free trial at Mandu. 15-minute workout. You're going to feel great after that. It releases a bunch of endorsements. So definitely check out mandu.com for your first free workout.
All right, guys, we are wrapping up this Tuesday. A special thanks to A Moment's Peace, amomentspiece.com. Mother's Day. Don't forget. I know it's easy to forget because of the coronavirus and things are weird, but amomentspiece.com, log on and grab a gift card for your mom. It's the easiest way to do it. You can get it for your wife, who is the mother of your children, too. That's a great idea. A Moment's Peace. Eventually, she's going to need to go to the salon. There, it's literally right over there. They've got manicures, they've got pedicures, and I'm sure I know that A Moment's
There's
Peace.
over 10 services under one roof right here at A Moment's Peace time.
Yeah, and they will make sure that you and your loved one is safe. That's one of the reasons, and another reason why we've partnered with them so long. We know the owner. He's going to make sure that it's done correctly.
Yes, absolutely. So check that out. That's an absolute way to win Mother's Day. amomentspeace.com, gift card, boom, over your victorious son. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, or daughter. Well, thanks for watching, guys. We will see you tomorrow morning on a Wednesday. I've already got my shade because we've been talking about hygiene.
I've got my shade too.
Bill O'Brien in hygiene. That's part of my shade on tomorrow's show.
Mine has to do with hygiene. I would love to know what you guys think, if my shade is completely ridiculous or if you're completely on board.
I like that tease. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.